Hi guys, I hope you're doing good. So today is the full moon in Leo reading. It's a really cool full moon, right? Especially like in Leo. It's like, hmm. Well, I'm going straight to the reading actually. Today we're doing a spread. Anyway, I think with the sun in Aquarius and the this full moon in Leo is a really interesting energy because they are sisters signs, right? So they're the opposites. So, really cool energy. So, yeah, so today we're doing spread of three questions. Mm. I may add a few more things at the end of the reading. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm feeling of things. Let's see how it's going to be by the end. So first I'm gonna get the cards for all the three questions, and then after I am done um getting all three questions, then I'm gonna start looking at the cards. Cool? Or should we go? No, actually no. I'm actually getting the first one. We're going question by question today, okay? Let's do it. So the first question is, what do you need to call back your own power? What do you need to call back your own power? Because I want to check the top and the less that like the top and the less card of the deck, the top and bottom of the deck. Okay, so where do you need to call back your own power? We got the Five of Winter Swords. So perhaps there's a lot of mental conflict right now. Perhaps you are really anxious, you are really in your mind right now, and this is what you need to like control yourself more. You need to call back your own power on your thoughts, how you think, your mindset. That's really important right now. At the top, we have the Three of Winter Wands. So perhaps there is something that you've been planning and that you can actually see the bigger picture now, or you can have actually you cannot really see yet because you still a lot in your mind. Okay, and then like when you ease this mind conflict, you're actually going to be able to see the bigger picture. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Winter Wands. So a lot of conflict happening here, right? With the Five of Winter Swords and the Wands. So I feel like there's conflict in your mind, but also in your external environment right now. So what I'm feeling here right now is that you actually need to understand that conflicts, they will always be there. Okay, it all depends how you deal with them. So I think that's why it's really important for you to get your mind together. Get because like as long as you have your mind in place, like you are in a really good mindset, I think the rest you're gonna be able to handle a little bit. You're gonna be able to handle in a better way, let's say. You're gonna be able to see the big picture. You're gonna be able to perhaps understand why these conflicts are happening around you. Okay, next one. Um, What do you need to celebrate right now? What do you need to celebrate right now? Okay, we have oh, I put it back the cards, the top and the bottom cards, okay? Because of now we got the three of wands again. So this energy of seeing the bigger picture is definitely like strong here. We also got the winter tower. So in a lot of moments of your life, there are towers that they need to be burned down to actually be able to bring something new to life. Nine of winter wands. So I feel like you've been really tired. Perhaps you're not sure if you should keep going. And the eight of winter pentacles. Because you've been working really hard into something. But at the top we have the five of winter cups, another five for you. And at the bottom again, the five of winter ones. Okay, so what do you need to celebrate right now? Is that you've been through a lot of stuff, and probably like right now you are in this situation where you cannot really see the bigger picture about something specific, but you need to remember that in the past you were able to go through that kind of stuff. You were able to gain some clarity and stuff that you were feeling like the same way that you're feeling right now. So that's definitely a reason to celebrate. What I'm getting here too is that remember how much you have healed, how much you've like endured, like how much you've been through. That's like enough, to to have a reason to celebrate. With the nine of winter wands and eight of winter pentacles, I'm getting this energy that you need to celebrate because you persevere in what you've been working for. So like there is something specific that you've been working on. It could be this one, this situation that is you're having like some conflict right now, but um there is this feeling that you've been like persevering a lot in this situation, and you know how much work you've done, right? Try to remember like how you were like 1 year ago and see the difference, you know, and see the difference like of how much you've grown in that period of time. So another reason to celebrate is to see how much you persevere and how much you've worked really hard until today. Um, with the top at the with the top of the deck with the five of winter cups, and at the bottom the five of winter ones. I feel like you you are right now in this energy of like being a little bit frustrated, or I feel like you've been avoiding some conflicts, but they're inevitable. Okay, so I feel that you're trying to turn the back for some stuff that you think that they they are not like worth your time, or that maybe you don't feel prepared to face it, but there's something that like you're not really facing it right now that you should though. Because again, you're already a different person. So, you can keep just looking at the bad stuff, like, and maybe even like having some remorse, or being like in a state that that you're not like happy, and but instead you can also look at the conflicts and deal with it in a different way. And I feel here that in the past that happened already. So like if you think about something that you were avoiding, but at some point you actually face it, um, I'm sure like you were able to like figure something out to like get through that situation. So again, it's something that I think that there's this energy right now, but you're meant to like remember that you've been through the same thing, kind of like the same situation of like turning your back to like a conflict and avoiding something, but when like you actually face it, like things got better, you know. So I'm getting like this feeling that you should remember that. I'm putting the top and the deck back and the deck, and let's go for the third question. Where can you let go and be more playful? Where can you let go and be more playful? Initiate of winter ones. That is the. I need to check. I think it's the page. Four of Winter Pentacles. There's something that you need to let go. The Winter Emperor. The Artisan of Winter Ones. At the top, we have Six of Winter Ones. And at the bottom, we have Three of Winter Swords. Initiate. I don't remember. Let me just double check this. Yes, the initiate is the page. Okay, so here with the initiate of winter ones, I feel that Just a moment. I'm hearing a few things. Okay, so here, where can you let go and be more playful? For some of you, there's that like it has like a person involved directly. So it's interesting, right? Because the question is where can you let go and be more playful? Perhaps you're being too playful in a certain situation or with a person in a specific. And actually, they're like your guides are asking, like, I don't know if it's for, of course, it's not for everyone, but for some people here, there's this energy that you need to let go of some immature actions that you've been doing, you've been acting in a way that it's immature. And being playful, it doesn't mean that you are like being playful and being immature, they're different stuff. They're different, okay? So what I'm getting here is that there's this immature playfulness that is happening right now that you need to let go of. That that does that is not working. Okay, it's like it's time. It's time to do something about it, okay? It's time to let go of few ways that you act, especially like I know I'm getting really these childish actions to be quite honest. So, you know, this is one of the things I'm getting here. And for some other people here, um, like I just like start to hear a bunch of stuff and because like I'm hearing here like but they are already talking about the other cards, it's just like insane. But anyway, okay, so there's this. Um for some people, if you enjoy drawing or coloring, you maybe should do that or get back to that. There are a few things that you liked doing when you were a kid that you may do it, even it's just like for yourself, like coloring or drawing, like crafts, DIY. I feel like there's this energy that you don't have to be playful with other people. You can be playful with yourself if you like to do it that way. Why not? Why not? Uh, but no, go for it. Um, but anyway, but like there's this thing I like being more creative. Like I'm getting a lot about coloring, drawing, crafts. Perhaps it's something that you can do it by yourself. It's not just about being playful with other people. It's just like to, I know, do you tell yourself jokes? I tell myself jokes all the time. And I laugh at myself all the fucking time. So, you can do that too. So for some people that there's someone involved because we got the Emperor and the Artisan of Winter Ones. The Artisan of Winter Ones is the same as Queen. of Wands. So here what I'm getting is that you are dealing with someone who's really creative, who is fun already, who is playful. Okay. And you can you actually can be like in this emperor energy. Um remember that we all have energy, like masculine and feminine energy. So here, let's talk about energies, right? So the artisan of winter ones, it is a feminine energy. So there's someone whose feminine energy is more like creative, is fun, is talkative, is sexy, is like oh the goodie, and you can still be playful because think about that person, right? This person that he has more like the feminine energy is stronger, let's say, or more prominent. Is that how you say? This person already can be really creative, like talkful and like talkative and playful, and it doesn't have to be immature because I think you see this person as a really mature person, okay? Or you wouldn't get the artisan of winter ones. So, but then you can also be the emperor, and in the emperor energy that is a masculine energy that do things that like get things done, that you can see things around and it still be playful, you still be playful. And if this is related to like this person, about being with this person, you can be that. You don't have to like act in an immature way to be playful. You can have control of your life, control of your thoughts, control of your actions, and still be playful. It's more like a personality rise, right? It's just like not everyone's fun, but you can be. I think you are. It's just like a matter of showing off showing it in a more mature way, not like a fifth grade way. Because I'm pretty sure you're not in fifth grade at the moment. So, at the top we have. Did I show these cards? I did, right? So, at the top of the deck we have the Six of Winter Wands, Three of Winter Swords. So, I feel like perhaps you are someone who tries to suppress how you feel about things and always like show that you actually are really like good, like, in the best time of your life, having the best time of your life. Um, I'm hearing a few things here, so bear with me. So for some people here is like it's important to acknowledge your heartbreak, to acknowledge it, to acknowledge how you feel about something, to acknowledge your emotions, because that's going to be essential for you. That's going to be really important for you. And acknowledging those things, they will actually be able to get you to a space with yourself that you're gonna see difference. You're things like in a different way. You're gonna see that things will come up to you like will show which will blah, blah, blah. It will come to surface in a way that they're meant to. That in a way that you're gonna see why things happen in a really certain way. But I think that's important to acknowledge it, okay? Because if you keep suppressing and perhaps you keep like making jokes about this situation and being really sarcastic, um you think that's okay. You're like telling your brain that is okay, but when it's not. So yeah, so perhaps you are a really sarcastic person, but that doesn't mean to be, it's not the same as being playful. It's quite different. Especially like when the sarcasm is coming from a place of unhealed place that you're trying to just avoid situations, right, that we were talking about before, or just mask something like to cover up something so they don't really see the truth. So it's different. Like when you're being sarcastic on like not on a playful way that like I don't know, just whatever. Or but like when you're being sarcastic about something that you actually feel, truly feel, but you don't fully understand it or acknowledge it, this is not good for you. So I think that here that you need to be able to acknowledge it. That perhaps like what you think is playful is not that playful, you know? Okay, guys. This is quite an interesting interesting reading. I'll finish with an oracle message for you. How are you guys feeling with this full moon? I am, I don't know. I am an Aquarius sun. So I think I'm feeling like I know, I'm feeling myself a little bit bold those last few days, and Leo is bold, right? It's confident and that kind of stuff. So I know I've been feeling a little bit like, you know, I don't know, just I know, sassy. Let's see what's the message for you today. Turning inward. Card number 40. Keywords: connection, self discovery, navigating inner landscapes. Inside this veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. Everybody. There is a new, more enlightened version of herself that is waiting to be discovered. This new you has learned and grown over the years. So much, so much so that you may not feel as aligned to your previous goals. Dreams can Dreams can and will often shift and change with time. Your task is to remain connected to your inner landscape. The part of you that always knows what you need in any given moment. Your inner self will help you to discover new talents, intentions, and beliefs that will better serve you as you continue on this journey. This message is amplified for you if you have also pulled the ceremony card that we haven't. Turning inward brings an additional message. You may be holding on too tightly to an outdated idea of what your life should be. There are so many different ways to experience success. Do not allow others or social conditioning to dictate what is right for you. Being connected to your inner, most authentic being helps you to develop a better sense of self. You will be better prepared to defend your choices when you know your worth and who you are on the most fundamental level. This is cool. So yeah, guys, I feel like there's this energy of like the fifth grade energy. Like I get it, like I am like s- extremely like fifth grade sometimes, like my mentality, like my mindset, right? But I understood, especially like with the sarcasm thing. Um, I understood that I used sarcasm to cover how I felt about something because I thought people like wouldn't get it, would not accept me if I actually said that this hurt me or this is I don't like that, so I would just use sarcasm to cover that up. But deep down, like deep down, no, deep inside me, I was like in pain. I was you know, like the three of swords that we got for you is like I was like heartbroken and use the sarcasm just like to cover something. But that's, to be quite honest, when you use sarcasm to cover like especially like emotions, is a way of avoidance, right? Because you're avoiding like to talk how you actually feel and or like what do you well like what you want to say in that moment. So that's a type of avoidance anyway. So like I do feel that there is like healthy sarcasm like now that I've healed a bunch of stuff and noticed like how I used sarcasm in my life before. I'm still like so I don't know if I'm too sarcastic. I think so. But I think it comes like from a um more healthier part of me now, because right now I feel like I am more brave. Let's see. Let's say to actually face stuff that I wasn't able to face before. But anyway, guys, I feel like it's important to understand how you feel, to understand what you're avoiding and why you're avoiding, because that's important. I do believe that we all deal with things in different ways. For me, for example, I in certain types of situation, I like to remove myself for a while to think, to see how I feel about stuff. But then at some point, I will put myself back in the um. I'm not gonna say put myself into the situation again, but I'm open to like to see the situation in a different perspective, or like even if it's to talk to someone or to be in an environment, I allow myself after I feel more comfortable, after I took some time to process it, to see how I feel about stuff. Um, and yes, and to see how I'm actually going to feel it, to see how it's going to be. So anyway, I like doing that. I close off usually for a little bit. Depends what it's about, but I usually close up for a little bit and then I kind of get back to the situation or person at some point because especially like if I already see a different perspective for like what happened. So anyway, each person is different. Like do what you think is best for you. But you need to also understand when you're actually avoiding something. You're not just like processing, because I know that there are a few times that like I was processing, but then I think when it starts to take too long, to be quite honest, then I think like it becomes avoidance. So I think that's important for you to understand when the processing ends and when the avoidance it starts. I feel like this is definitely like something that you need to learn how. It's like you need to learn how to see those things, right? So because I know for me, for example, that like at first, like I was processing, but then I took a really long time avoiding as well. But then I had to understand when like the avoidance started and then when the processing ended. So anyway, we all have our own time for things, but you need to find a way to understand what what is avoidance, how do you avoid things, how can you see when you're avoiding something instead of processing. Well, guys, this is the reading for you today, and I see you in the next one. See ya.